In the name of Allah, the Rahman and the Rahim, dear students and viewers, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome you all in today's lecture. Topic for today's lecture discussion is components of communication process. Like what are the components involved in the process of communication? As we know that, dear students, we have defined that communication is a process of exchanging verbal and non-verbal messages and ideas to others. This process is a dynamic process, but remember, dear students, the process of communication is not as simple as it seems. Why? Because it involves some of the components to be completed. So, how we will be able to understand that our message was successful or our message was effective and informative? Uh, so these steps will be followed. If we ignore these steps, our message cannot be communicated successfully and in effective way. So what are these components of communication process? The communication process consists of seven components. Seven components are there. The first component is sender or source. Sender or source means from where a message starts or begins, okay? From where the message is initiated. The initiator, we can say, of the message is known as sender or the source. The sender has an idea. He wants to share with others that very idea. The sender may be a writer, yes, or a speaker. The sender chooses the form, the channel, and time of the message. The sender is also known as the encoder or the source of the message. So it means that, dear students, sender plays a very important role in the process of communication. We can't ignore the importance of the sender in the process of communication. Second component of the process of communication is encoding. Encoding means putting ideas into a message. Yes, putting ideas into the message. Like how to form a message, how to formulate a message, okay, in the process of communication. In the process of encoding, an idea may take the form of a word, facial expression, gesture, postures, okay? Encoding depends on our ideas, on our receiver, the level of the receiver, the educational level, the qualification or experience level of the receiver, and our style, how we are communicating, or the sender style of communication. So, encoding simply means have a receiver, have a sender, he or she is putting idea into a message. How he or she is formulating or forming a message. Then comes the third component is a message. Message is the major part of the whole communication process. Message means what a sender shares with others, with his or her receiver. Like we share messages in many ways. Message may include a letter, yes, speech, gesture, posture. Like for example, when we write, writing is the message. When we speak, speech is the message. When we use body language, gesture or posture, so these are considered messages. Now, the fourth one, the fourth component of the message of the process of communication is channel. Channel means the way, okay, through which a sender sends a message to his or her receiver. To send our message, we select a channel, a means, a medium, okay, a medium of the transmission of the message. It is also known as a medium. Channel may be like, for example, a telephone, computer, letter, memo, yes, report writing, etc. The choice of the message depends on our message, distance, yes, receiver, our need for speed, resources. Like we are selecting a channel for the message according to our need, according to the level of the receiver. Okay, we are having information regarding the receiver, that how he or she will be able to take to receive this message. So accordingly we are selecting a channel for our communication or for our message. So channel simply means a means, a source, a medium, okay, a way through which communication takes place, or a way through which we are transmitting our messages to others. Then comes receiver. The receiver gets the message. Okay, receiver means to whom we are sending a message, or to whom a sender sends a message. So they are getting the messages. They may be readers or listeners. The receiver hold a key place in the process of the communication. Like, the target of the communication is ultimately the receiver. So that's why receivers are very important, to know about the receivers, to know about their level, to know about their needs. Okay, then we will be able to communicate our messages successfully in very effective and informative ways. He is also kept in the view of this by the sender. Yes, the receiver is also known as the decoder. Like, sender is also known as the encoder of the message. Like, sender or the encoder, he or she is putting ideas into a message, and receiver, they are getting ideas out of the message. Yes, they are taking ideas from the messages. Senders, they are putting ideas, and receivers, they are getting ideas from the messages. Okay, they are understanding the message. Yes. So then comes decoding. Decoding means taking out of the messages. Yes, taking out ideas from messages. When the receiver decodes our message, he understands it. If all goes well, the receiver assigns the same meaning to the message as the sender intended. Then he responds in the desired way. Yes, like, if there is no deficiency in these processes of communication, so then the receiver will be able to decode the message, to understand or comprehend the message. If he or she comprehends or understands the message, it means that our communication was successful and informative, because it got the target. It gained the target, achieved the target. Our target, or a sender source target, is to communicate the ideas to others, to the receiver. If they are getting ideas in successful way, so then they are like giving response, the feedback. Okay, feedback is the receiver's response. Yes, how they are like responding to the message, that is called the feedback. It is the final link in the communication chain. Yes, so it is the final point in the process of communication. After getting the message, our receiver responds in some ways. Feedback is the key element in the communication process, because it enables to judge the success of our communication. Feedback is very important, dear students, because feedbacks give us the ideas of the message that the message was successful or not successful or unsuccessful. Now we can understand the whole process of the communication in this way. Like we have sender, then sender is encoding the message, then comes the message and channel for the message, and then the receiver, okay, receiver is decoding the message. Likewise sender is encoding the message, then receiver gives response and response comes to the sender. So through this way the process of communication is completed. Okay, the process of communication will be very effective and informative if we follow all these steps, all these 7 steps in the process of communication. Thanks for watching, dear students. Assalamu alaikum.